Mr. Keshav Bhajanka now joining us live right here on Century Plyboard. If you look at the numbers, the quarter that's gone by, it's a good set of numbers, whether it's the bottom line that's grown or even margins that have expanded despite the pressure that must have existed from the raw material front. On ground, when we heard about property prices going up, real estate demand being very real, companies like yours will of course be beneficiaries. First up, let's talk about the road ahead as far as demand goes. Still good demand going in, especially for the second quarter?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Yes, I think first quarter has shown that there is very robust demand in the economy, and I think in terms of residential real estate, the numbers have also been very encouraging. Going forward, I'm very confident. There could be hiccups in the short term, but medium to long term, the demand trajectory seems very good. And as of now, we are seeing very good signs on the ground as well.
Now, can you explain to us a little bit about the margins? How did you protect the margins, grow the margins, and you're also giving a guidance that the margins can continue to expand. Is that basically because of higher volumes, higher demand?
There are a couple of factors at play. Firstly, being market leaders, we have a lot of pricing power in our hand. So we have been able to pass on the majority of raw material cost increases to the market. Secondly, now raw material costs seem to have peaked. And I think going forward, we're not anticipating a drastic increase. In fact, there could be some corrections in a few of the commodities, so that could benefit us. Lastly, yes, operating leverage has definitely helped. As you had mentioned earlier, the top line has grown substantially, and we are looking to carry that momentum into the rest of the year.
Right. Keshav, also just wondering, as a business, where is it that the next leg of opportunity is going to come in from? We understand that realty is in this mega boom. It's coming out of a hiatus of a multi-decade, complete blackout, if I can call it that. But purely in terms of domestic real estate, international markets, where is the next leap of growth phase going to come in from for you, say in the next 5 to 10 years?
For us, the focus has always been the domestic market. And I think considering the growth trajectory that the country is on, and considering the low per capita consumption of our products in India, there is tremendous scope. If you look at a product like MDF, India's total production is about 1.5 to 2 million cubic meters, whereas the country closest to our population, China, has a production of in excess of 55 million cubic meters. So, the scale that India should reach is far, far higher than what we are at today. And I think going forward over the next 5 to 10 years, in all 4 product categories, whether it is plywood, whether it is laminates, whether it is particle board, or whether it is MDF, we are going to see tremendous growth. So we are betting quite heavily on the Indian economy.
We've been talking about Keshav, Nikun joining in. So good to have you back. We've been talking about this entire unorganized sector losing market share to an organized player. In an inflationary scenario, has that migration only accelerated?
Good morning, Nikunj. I think it's a little too early to say that. Definitely, we are gaining traction on the ground. Our market share is increasing, but whether this trend is going to accelerate further or not, I think we need to wait a couple more quarters, and then we'll get a true, a correct picture. But as of now, you're completely correct. There has definitely been migration from the unorganized to the organized, and we're hoping this trend continues and accelerates.
Just to understand the premiumization within the plywood category, and I'm looking at the categories which currently Century has to offer. Being a customer of Century, I can say that it's been a great experience for me. But what is the premiumization which is happening? And if I draw in parallel just for the benefit of our viewers from the car market, Indians are buying car, but the entry level cars are not selling. It is the SUVs and the middle level sedans which are selling. Are you seeing that kind of a pattern in your business as well?
Firstly, thank you for being a happy customer. Gives us a lot of pride. I think that, we have not observed that trend yet. If you look at the first quarter, there was growth in most of our categories, whether it is the premium or the economy segment. Our base in the economy segment is very low, and the percentage of our premium segment is substantial. So I think we'll see a faster growth in the economy segment because of the low base, but definitely we're expecting good growth in both the segments.
So what is the risk for your business? Is it still commodity inflation? Is it competition? What is the risk to your business? The long-term story, sir, we all know is intact. 5 years, we love India. But 3 months, 6 months, what is the challenge?
Um, I think that, right now, considering this entire inflationary cycle that has taken place, people are saying that short-term demand might be impacted. So that is one risk. But I think medium to long term, we are not seeing a very big risk because, as you've correctly pointed out, the real estate cycle seems to have turned, and that is working in our favor. Unorganized is moving towards organized. Now it is about encashing on the opportunity, continuing to do what we are doing well, and making sure there is no complacency that takes place.
Okay. Appreciate your time. So glad to see you. We've been trying to, meet each other, but because of COVID, we've not managed to